How do narcissistic people react when they lose control? When it comes to narcissistic individuals, whether that's losing control over someone else's mind or losing control over a situation, nobody throws a bigger tantrum. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, they believe that they're entitled to have everything their own way. And when it doesn't go their way, they believe that that's your fault. When they're reacting to a situation, they believe that that's everybody else's fault and they should be gaining the sympathetic attention. They don't see what they've done wrong. They see your perception of them as in the wrong. So even if you go to call the police because you can no longer handle their behaviour, they take offence to this. They see this as you betraying them. You're the one that's the problem. You're the one that's trying to get one over on them. So when a narcissistic individual loses control, some will be more covert and try and sneakily find the loopholes. Some will be more overt and in your face. One of the first things they might do is rage out at you. Narcissistic people can become very rageful and vengeful and lash out verbally, insulting you, screaming at you, shouting at you. They might become physical. They are trying to assert their dominance. And if they come at you and you hold them back or push them back, they accuse you of the one who is being physical towards them. If you start to raise your voice back at them, they accuse you of the one who's been verbally abusive towards them. They're looking to intimidate and regain control of the situation. They do not see what is wrong with their behaviour. They only see their behaviour within you and blame you. They might become more manipulative. When a narcissist feels like they're losing control, their manipulation tactics often escalate, such as those guilt trips and those pity plays to regain control over the situation. They're looking to play on your emotions, to emotionally manipulate you so that they can get their own way with you. They often turn to blaming because, of course, to a narcissist, nothing negative is ever their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Somebody else always made them do it. They lie, they deny, they shame, they blame, they point fingers. They go all out to gaslight, to twist the truth, depending on the audience that they are talking to. So if they want something from you, they're often going to guilt trip you or try to guilt trip you into living life on their terms. And when you don't conform, they will tell other people that they've offered something, but for whatever reason, you're just not willing to accept it. You're awkward, you're stubborn, you're selfish, you don't care, you're bitter, you're jealous, you're insecure. They might then fall for the silent treatment, fall on the silent treatment, where they just completely shut down to try and manipulate and control the situation, to try and make you feel bad, to try and make you go and chase after them for everything they're doing to you. They might go all out to seek that validation, where they're going to fish for the compliments, fish for the praise, the attention, the sympathetic attention, which is why when they've lost control over you and they lose it with you, they twist the story with those around them to gain the sympathetic attention and validate that they themselves are indeed in the right and you are the one that's in the wrong. You're the one that's jealous. You're the one that's awkward. You're the one that's stubborn. You're the one that doesn't care. You're the one that's making life difficult for them. And they often actually believe this within their own mind. They're looking to scapegoat you, to scapegoat someone, to choose someone to blame for their outbursts, because to a narcissist is never their fault. With a victim, they often get driven to a point where they are pushed into reacting, yet they still question and blame themselves and wonder whether they're the narcissistic one because I did this and I shouldn't have done that, because they are aware of behaviours within themselves that aren't acceptable. Narcissistic people tend to not be aware of these behaviours. They tend to be aware of them within other people and blame other people, and they will go all out to push you past your limits until you snap, and then they will stand back, act shocked, and accuse you of the one who's causing all the problems. They turn into that victim mentality. Now, when you have been victimized, it's very easy to go into that victim mentality. With a narcissist, they are continually going to portray themselves as the victim, the wronged party. They perceive themselves as flawless and perfect, and anything that goes wrong is always somebody else's fault. They might look to start withholding finances, withholding attention, withholding children. They're going to go all out to withhold from you because that's their last little grip they've got of controlling you. When it comes to narcissistic people, they are looking to control everything around them because they're not in control of themselves. Only when it suits them to sell people an illusion so that they can exploit people to get what they need from people. When it comes to dealing with narcissistic people, the best way to deal with them is don't walk away, recognise the games and no longer play. Many will escalate their games, which is why you have to walk away safely.